Yes, you are tuned in to the news at 5. I'm Joe Paris with you here on a Thursday. We're going to get back to the 208 tomorrow, but for right now, we're bringing in our entire team to focus on the wildfires that are burning across the Treasure Valley. We have a lot to get to. I want to start out with Abby Wilt. She is at the Snag Fire burning near Cascade. It's impacting recreation and tourism near Warm Lake. The fire is over 7,000 acres, 0% containment. Abby, you're in Cascade now after spending the day at Warm Lake. What does it look like up there? What's going on?
Joe, yeah, I am in Cascade. Just to give a little context, this is right by the turn to go right up to Warm Lake. As you can see, the road is closed, and you can see the fire a little bit right past that ridgeline. Hopefully you can see, but it is pretty smoky in the air. It's pretty hot, but the main concern here is the recreational activities that are up at Warm Lake. They are urging everyone to get out now. There is just a level 1 evacuation, like you said, but there is chance for dry lightning as well as high winds tonight, so the Valley County Sheriff is telling us to make sure that everyone is out if possible. So we spoke today to the North Ridge Lodge as well as Juniper's mountain camps, and that is where there are 20 kids. They are now evacuating those kids now. They are on level 1 evacuation, like I said, but again, they've decided to fully evacuate their 20 kids out of camp in case the fire gets any closer. They've also already had kids leave earlier in the week due to smoke inhalation, so they're keeping an eye on that as well.
Usually we do our camps Monday through Friday. We are going to have to cut them short this week just because of intimate danger that's up here. As much as that kind of stinks that these kids are missing out.
For now, Juniper Mountain Outfitters says they are not evacuating out their 40 horses, but they say that they are ready to do that if need be. And again, the Valley County Sheriff says the fire is growing quickly and moving towards Warm Springs Lake, but that they're hoping a previous burn scar might be able to stop it from spreading that way. And also under level 1 evacuation notice is the Horse Thief area and the YMCA camp, as well as Scott Valley. We found out just about 15 minutes ago that the YMCA camp will have kids there until tomorrow at noon, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on the situation and making sure everyone is getting out if they need to be. But like I said, this road up to Warm Springs Lake is indeed closed, about 20 miles or 12 miles up from where we are right now. So people are not able to get in, they are able to get back out. Joe?
Well, Abby, I know down here in the Treasure Valley, we really noticed the smoke, the AQI 163 unhealthy. I'm curious, closer to the fire in your area, can you describe what the feeling is up there? I mean, is the smoke much thicker than when you left Boise this morning?
We got here this morning to Cascade. It was definitely thick. It felt just like when we left Boise, very thick, hard to breathe, kind of a reddish glare in the air. But now we can actually see a little bit of blue sky above me. So it's definitely clearing out, kind of depends on where the wind's going, but still smoky for sure. It's not by any means clear, but definitely a little clearer than when we left Boise this morning.
All right, that's Abby Wilt reporting close to Cascade. We'll check in with you in a short time. Thank you, Abby. Speaking of the Abbies, let's get out to Abby Davis. She is in Sweet, Idaho, with the latest on the Paddock Fire that's burning near the Oregon border in Washington County. Currently, the fire's burned about 150,000 acres, about 5% contained. Abby Davis joins us live now. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Joe, this fire really exploded over the last couple of days. We are just outside the Sweet Firehouse, and this is where the community is asked to bring supplies for firefighters. There's a family. They just pulled out of the driveway here, but they dropped off those boxes, or those cartons rather, of water. So people are really stepping in. They're trying to do everything that they can to help. But this fire is really devastating this community, like Joe said. The BLM says the fire has now burned about 150,000 acres. It's only about 5% contained. It's actually burning in Washington, Gem, and Payette counties. We know that Gem County recently issued a state of emergency, and that's because Gem County is where a lot of the fire activity is. This is one of several fires that started this week because of thunderstorms. The BLM says about 100 people are on the fire. A spokesperson says it's just tough to fight because of the changing winds and high temperatures. It's also very steep terrain. But like I said earlier, there is some good news with the community rallying behind the firefighters, the ranchers that are really affected. We talked to a man earlier from Emmett who has family, friends in the area. Take a listen.
To let everybody know that we're behind them and that there's people that cares, and And of course, we love our little community, and we want to do whatever we can for them.
He was one of the many people today that we've seen pull in and out of this sweet firehouse, dropping off supplies for firefighters. People in several areas are still under level 3 evacuations, including most of the unincorporated town of Ola in Gem County, that is just north of Sweet where we are. A lot of ranchers are sticking it out, though, even though those evacuation orders are in place. Fire crews are stationed at properties threatened by the fire, helping those ranchers protect their homes and their livelihoods. Many others are under level 2 and 1 evacuation orders. We have all of that updated information on our website, ktvb.com. There is a little bit of a lack of communication. Details are far and few between right now, and that is because a Type 3 incident management team just came into town. They are setting up a command station, a command center at the Gem County Fairgrounds. That is in Emmett, so that is happening right now. So there has been a change of command from the local BLM to that Type 3 management team, and they brought in that out-of-state team to try and relieve some of the pressure from the local agencies that right now, Joe, are just really trying to do their best, trying to fight this explosive fire. And we know there just are not a lot of resources right now with all of the wildfires burning throughout Idaho.
All right, Abby Davis reporting. We will check in with you soon. Thank you so much, Abby. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Land Management is lifting the closure on the Jump Creek Recreation site. They say that the closure no longer necessary because the Jump Fire's progression has stopped. People in the area should stay on designated trails and be aware of the fire crews that are in the area. That fire, the Jump Fire, burned about 12,000 acres. They believe it was likely caused by lightning. The Bulldog Fire is burning 8 miles north of Crouch, Idaho, estimated to be about 900 acres. The Boise County Sheriff's Office has issued a level 2 get set evacuation order for those along Middle Fork Road. They also closed campgrounds in the area to clear out for emergency vehicles coming into the area. In California, the Paddock Fire is burning more than 426,000 acres across 4 counties. It's the 4th largest fire in California history. Fire is 34% contained. Evacuation orders still in effect in Tehama and Butte County. A man from Chico, California is also behind bars. He's accused of starting that fire. And because of all the fires in our area and really across the West pushing into our area, Idaho has some of the worst air quality in the entire country as well as the world. You can see on this map we're showing you live, the area around Garden Valley is the worst with purple, which means very unhealthy, or over 200 to 300 on the air quality index scale, the AQI. People in that designated area are advised to stay inside. A lot of the Treasure Valley, as you can see, including Boise, is in the red, which means it's unhealthy, or over 150 to 200 for sensitive groups. And they should stay inside if you're one of those sensitive groups. That means kids, older folks, and people with lung or heart disease. Everyone else should limit their outside time and avoid strenuous activities. Orange, by the way, also unhealthy for those sensitive groups. And the smoke is wide. Today is a first alert weather day. Meteorologist Sophia Bliss here with us. We continue to be very high on that AQI scale. Sophia, I know it's taking a toll across our community on folks.
Absolutely, and just so many people across the state being affected by the fire and some of the air quality. So there are not many categories above what we're experiencing right now. Some of those spots, again, close to that unhealthy level, and then some spots at the very unhealthy. There's only one additional category above that very unhealthy. So this is quite high, and this is quite a prolonged period that we've been seeing these unhealthy or very unhealthy categories. If you look outside, you can see why. You can't even see the foothills in this view. Normally we can see the Boise Mountains, can't even see the foothills right now. So some of that smoke is expected to get worse in the overnight hours, and you can see with those fires burning actively toward north, things looking to get a little bit worse for the Central Mountains as that smoke moves into the Treasure Valley. We get a little bit of clearing, it looks like, tomorrow in the mid-morning hours, and then more smoke expected in the evening hours on Friday. So a couple things for you to consider. Probably a good idea to sleep with the windows closed and doing things like getting an air purifier and checking on your AC unit filter.